Carried carefully from the ancient archives of the Palace of Westminster, the Act of Parliament that's caused all the fuss. Here it is, in black and white, the document that brought us together, that tied the knot, that formalised the marriage that has seldom been easy and sometimes been loveless. What did this actually mean for Britain and Europe?
This is the European Communities Act of 1972, which took us into Europe, and its passage proved almost as difficult and almost as toxic as Brexit is proving to be, because it subordinated Britain to a superior legal order, the European communities.
So going in was as difficult as coming out is proving to be?
Absolutely. The motion to take us in was won by 112 votes, which looks comfortable, but it was won by Prime Minister Ted Heath, who was a Conservative, because 69 Labour MPs defected and joined him in voting for the motion. Now, Theresa May will, I suspect, have no such luxury.
From the early 60s, when French President de Gaulle didn't want us in, it's been a fraught relationship.
We have the chance of new greatness.
No, no, no.
Fracturing parties.
Europe, the great explosive issue.
The European Union as Britain versus Europe.
A referendum on Britain's membership of the European Union.
And dividing a nation.
Brexit means Brexit.
In truth, it's always been difficult. They've seen us and we saw ourselves as outsiders. But one man, then Tory Prime Minister Edward Heath, long had a vision. And it was this.
Your single greatest political achievement, presumably, would be taking Britain into the EEC as it then was.
Well, I think that's what historians will say, and they'll do it because it is the longest historical factor.
The act and what's followed has tested parliamentary friendships, though against the odds, this one survived. Europhile Ken Clarke, a whip for Ted Heath in '72, and Bill Cash, the MP Clarke's called the most Eurosceptic of all. Your joy at leaving the European Union, just try and sum it up.
Well, we get back democratic self-government so that the people of this country in general elections can vote for a government that represents what they wanted, and in addition to that, it means that we then have what I hope to be a much more successful and prosperous economy, because we'll be deciding the laws and not the European Union.
Right. So you're saying good riddance to the Act. You will mourn its passing.
Well, there's a certain ironic symmetry to my career. It looks as though my last Parliament's going to be the one in which we are going to leave. I feel very, very sad, but I think it's bizarre that what I see as the collapse of confidence in the political system and angry protests from disappointed people whom the modern world isn't treating them too well, and is taking us out in a wave of angry emotion.
Whatever happens to Brexit, whatever happens to political friendships, this document will hopefully survive in the archives for centuries. Testimony to a time in history when Britain agonised over what sort of country it should be.